One of the things that characterizes the 21st century is convergence of many types of technology and science. So we have the IT, the telecom, the bio, the nano, and all these are coming together to create the new innovations. Well, you need a place like San Diego that has independently innovators in all those areas and a culture of collaboration. And as a result, you're going to get a lot of cross-pollination across these traditional boundaries. And really that's where the new ideas come from.
Well, I kind of look at San Diego as the model of a wiki world with respect to collaboration, because what we have here is something that is so exceptional. Not only do we have these 83 research institutes, over 800 IT companies, over 600 life science companies all working together in a very restricted space, but with unrestricted ability to collaborate.
We, from a wireless technology company perspective, are moving into wireless health. And so we're collaborating with a number of companies and people here to really advance universities, doctors, to advance the notion of how wireless technology can really move healthcare and medicine into the 21st century in a very big way. And that's been, from the start, a very collaborative effort. It will continue to be a collaborative effort, and I think it's going to be one of the really great contributions that San Diego is going to make to our country and to the world, ultimately.
Well, I think what we've learned, in order to not just innovate, but to hyper-innovate, we have to bring together disciplines that don't normally converge. And what is so exceptional about San Diego is that we have this convergence across multiple discrete disciplines, now all coalesced. Whether it's information technology, whether it's the life science industry, whether it's research institutions working in biomedical space and other areas, it's all come together. And that's what we need to be able to do things that are exceptional, that really transform the future.
It's the scientific expertise that's here that's very important to patent examiners. I know that patent examiners very much appreciate being able to talk to the experts in the field. And we are filled with experts in the field, especially in these nascent, growing areas that will be of so much importance, as we've talked about before.
We actually have the depth in genomics here, which I believe is not only a lineage, such, for example, as the J. Craig Venter Institute, the first diploid human genome ever sequenced, but going forward, the ability to change medicine through genomics. This is the place where not only we have the two leading genome science companies in the world, Life Technologies and Illumina, but we have a density of talent in genomic science and medicine, taking this knowledge base forward to change day-to-day practice of medicine.
One of the flip sides of how great it is that the internet is growing and growing is cybersecurity. We've seen many examples of cyber attacks, even in the United States, growing in number and intensity. So it's an important area, and we've had a focus on this in San Diego for decades because of the military complex here. Places like SPAWAR actually develop the electronics worldwide for the armed forces. And yet it's also an area where we've had real innovation in the universities. In fact, we have one of the main cybersecurity centers funded by Washington here at UC San Diego, and we're working with the federal agency that deals with these attacks. So I think it's a burgeoning area. It's one that we have a long tradition in, and we're seeing a lot of new players come into the cybersecurity area in San Diego.
I look at it almost as overlapping spheres. We have all of these industries and these academic institutions, these private research labs, and each is kind of has their sphere of influence, but they're not isolated spheres of influence like they are in many cities. Okay, they are all overlapping, and there's a lot of sharing of ideas and information. You know, and what's built up around that is the whole infrastructure. We have top quality law firms with the legal talent to help us with the patents and with the intellectual property. And I think that should be important to the patent office as well, as they're looking at where their talent, where their workforce is coming from.
Scientists and engineers come to San Diego because they're interested in collaborating. There's a unique culture of interacting across disciplinary boundaries here. I spent 10 years on the faculty at Harvard. I spent a year at MIT. They're absolutely wonderful places, and there are wonderful people there. But the cultural aspects of the way people work together here really drop barriers between disciplines in a way that I have not seen exist anywhere else.
I can say there is no place that is superior to San Diego in terms of the brain trust that transcends life science, the whole IT world. This is an exceptional place, and it's been such an eye-opening experience for me over this past 5 years to be able to work in a collegial environment with talent that cuts across all parts of biomedical research and an intellectual capital pool, the likes of which I've never seen. What you'd like as a USPTO is to have an endless resource of people with expertise that cuts across all areas and that are actually collegial, fun to work with, in fact are inspiring, and this is what it's all about. So there isn't a better place than San Diego for having a USPTO satellite.